Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video tutorial we are going to be using the Huda Beauty Smokey Obsessions palette. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, so I went ahead and I did my eyebrows off camera, and what I used was the Precisely My Brow pencil in the number 3. I don't have to do my eyebrows a whole lot, I just have to fill in a couple of areas and that's about it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hair back. My cute little feather hair, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to prime with the Smashbox Photo Finish Radiance. This is a really good primer, you guys. It is just really light and it gives the skin a really nice glow. So I'm just putting on a little bit just like that. And I normally avoid my nose just because that's where it's the most oiliest, so I don't put anything on my nose. Okay, so that's it for my face. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to prime my eyes, and I'm going to be using the very good Urban Decay eye primer potion in Original. And I like this because it is just so light on my eyes. I don't feel it after a couple of hours. If I tend to use concealer, after maybe about 3 or 4 hours, my eyelids start to feel heavy and I can feel the product on my eyes, which I don't like. So there's that. So I'm going to take a beauty blender and I'm just going to go ahead and just dab it in there. And I'm using the Real Techniques beauty blender, and it's in a really small size. It's just really good for the eyelid area. And I'm just using dabbing motions. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set my eye primer with powder. I'm just going to take an all eyelid brush. This is the all over shadow. This is from Sephora Professional. And I am just going to set that in there. Okay, so that's that for primers and getting everything set. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the Huda Beauty Obsessions palette. This is in the Smokey Obsessions, and I really like it because it has all the colors that I would normally wear, and you could use this palette to do an everyday look, to glam up your look. So for today we're just going to be doing an everyday look, and I'm going to, where are my brushes? I'm going to be taking the Morphe M519, and I am going to use this color right here as a transition shade. So I'm just going to go ahead and transition in my crease area. Just like that, and I'm going to get right here. I really like that color. It's just like a very everyday color for me. I love browns. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it into my crease, but towards the end of my eye, like in my V area here. Just to darken it up. That is a really, really nice brown. So I'm going to take my first brush and I'm just going to go ahead and just smooth over the top part over here just to make sure that there are no harsh lines. I love my makeup well blended, where you can see where one color starts and the other ends. Okay. This is a really beautiful color, and this palette is very pigmented. As you notice, I just had a little bit and it blended really well, and it's just very buttery and you don't have to worry about patchiness. There is some significant fallout in the palette, but don't worry about that. You see that in most palettes. But the colors are very pigmented and they blend well, which is really important, which is what you're looking for in a good palette. Okay, now that I did that, I'm going to take my Morphe M200 brush, and I'm going to go ahead and use this even darker brown color right here at the corner. And I'm just going to put it in at the edge of my eye, this V area right here. And I'm just going to darken it up just to give it that illusion of depth in that area. See how that's looking? Really, really cool, you guys. And I'm just going to go ahead and blend out the top edges one more time. Feel free to take your time to blend these eyeshadows out. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a pointed brush. I'm going in with the same dark brown. And I'm just going to make sure that the V is even more dark. This is a really nice color, you guys. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a flat tip brush, and I'm going to go ahead and go in with this light shimmer color right here. I'm going to put that on the lid of my eye. What's really nice about this shimmer is you don't need to use Fix Plus to get it more brighter. I find I don't need it. You can use it, but you won't see much of a difference. So I'm just putting it on the lid. Just like that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take the second brush that I used, and I'm just going to go ahead and mix in these colors really, really good. Just like that. Go ahead and give it a whirl. And one thing I am going to do as well is I am going to put it right here in the corner of my eye and underneath my eye, right in the beginning part over here where the eye duct is, I guess. Just like that, just to give that eye a pop. Okay, now that that's done, I'm going to take my black eyeliner. This is the Kat Von D tattoo liner. I love it because you can get really good precision. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to line just the top of my eyes only. I'm not going to do wing line or anything. That I went ahead and I did my eyeliner. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the pencil brush that I used earlier. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use both of those dark colors, and I'm just going to lightly color underneath my eyelid. Just very gently. Just like that, not a whole lot. Brush, And I'm going to go in with this black color right here. And I'm just going to dab really close to my, my waterline. And just at the corner there, that's all I'm going to do, just to give it some depth. Kind of like, just like that. So that's done. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do foundation, and I'm going to be using the wonderful Tarte Amazonian Clay Foundation. And this is in the color Light Medium Neutral. I love this foundation because it just lasts all day. It is full coverage. It controls the oils, my oily skin, and it is just absolutely incredible. And you can build it. You can build up on it. So you don't have to use a lot like right away. You can just use a little and just keep adding as you feel you want to build. And I'm just putting a little bit on my brush as I go. Foundation, and I'm going to be using, I've been using this a lot at the moment. It is really good. It gives this illusion of a really smooth filtered face. So it's the Ben Nye Buff Luxury Powder. It's super fine, super milled, and it just works really, really well. For me anyway, at least at the moment. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to set my face with this brush. This is from Sephora, and this is the Airbrush Powder 3 brush. Is it 3? I'm going to set my face really quick. Really nice. I love that powder. It's just really, really smooth. Okay, so now I'm going to conceal under my eyes. I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape, and this is in the color Light. So I'm just going to add a couple of drops under my eye. Not going to put too much on today. I'm going for an everyday light look. So that's all I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to be taking, let's see here if I have any clean beauty blenders. So I'm going to use my clean beauty blender. Okay. Blending out the bottom part really quick with the butt of the beauty blender. So I'm just going to dab it in, make sure it's really smooth. Okay, so now I'm going to be taking the same Ben Nye powder, and I'm going to take a separate beauty blender, and I'm just going to set it. Set it and bake it just for a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to do a little bit of bronzing, and I'm going to be using my Morphe M405 angled brush, and I'm just going to take a little bit. And I'm just going to oops, I'm going to bronze up my tail just like that. Now I'm going to do a little bit of blush. I'm going to be using my favorite blush. This is the Tarte Amazonian Clay. I really like using it, and it's been something that I've been using for quite a while because it just lasts such a long time. And I don't know if you've had much experience with blushes, but for me, other blushes would just last like 2 to 3 hours, and that would be it. This one lasts all the way to the end of the day, and I really can appreciate that. Okay, so I'm just going to continue to, oops, I need more. There, just wasn't coming out as much as I wanted it to. Okay, so now while we're baking, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do just a very little bit of highlighter. I don't want too much highlighter, so I'm just going to take the Real Techniques in the setting brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and set my area, just my cheekbones here really quick. That was that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wipe away my bake. I'm going to start off with my eyes first. Okay, now that is done, I am going to go ahead and put my false eyelashes on off camera, and I will be right back. Okay, everybody, so I went ahead and I put my eyelashes off camera. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to use the Huda Beauty Liquid Matte, and this is in the color Bombshell. It's so pretty. And it smells amazing. It smells like eggnog, like Puerto Rican eggnog. Hey everybody, so this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed it. Overall, on the Huda Beauty Smokey Obsessions palette, I think it is fantastic. I think it is light for traveling. I think you can do several different looks. You can do an everyday look, you can do a glammed up look, you can do, you know, just a really good couple of looks with this palette. It is affordable, it is light, so if you're traveling you can take it with you, and it is just absolutely really pigmented. It blends really well. So if you've been on the fence about getting the Huda Beauty Obsessions palette, you should go ahead and get it. Thank you. So that is it for today's video tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. This way you get notified of any future videos that I upload. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day.